Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Continuing with the BJCP style guidelines, we are still on category 22 American Strong Ale, specifically style 22C American Barley Wine. Overall impression, a well-hopped American interpretation of the richest and strongest of the English ales. The hop character should be evident throughout, but does not have to be unbalanced. The alcohol strength and hop bitterness often combine to leave a very long finish. And for that, I've got Bell's Third Coast Old Ale. I don't know why they call it Old Ale. It's definitely not an old ale. They put right there, American Barley Wine Ale. Because go back and watch my review on old ale. There's no difference between an old ale and a barley wine. And oh yeah, I got my Walk the Line on Barley Wine snifter and T-shirt here. So had to use it for this review. How could I not? I was check the comments, history, all that stuff. So let's skip down to characteristic ingredients. This is really interesting. Well-modified pale malt should be the background of the grit. Well, not that part, but some specialty or character malt may be used. Dark malt should be used with great restraint, if at all, as most of the color arises from a lengthy boil. I actually didn't really know that. New World hops are common, although any varieties can be used in quantity. Generally using attenuated American ale yeast. And in style comparisons, of course, they're going to compare it to an English barley wine. Obviously, more hops. Paler than the dark English barley wines, but darker than the gold ones. Differs from a double IPA in that the hops are not extreme, the malt is more forward, and the body is fuller and often richer. An American barley wine typically has more residual sweetness than a double IPA, which affects the overall drinkability. Sipping versus drinking. Look at our IBUs, 50 to 100, and 10 to 19 SRM. Limited gravity, 1080, at least 1080, and 8 to 12% ABV. All right, so let's dig into this not old ale. Well, I mean, it definitely smells like a barley wine, so I'm getting lots of, malt in here. I'm getting like a nice kind of fruitiness. Yeah, the caramel, the toffee, but also this one's like more, actually, this one's more fruity. Like, I'm getting apple, plum, cherry. Yeah, so I'm getting, big fruits. As far as hops, I mean, they're kind of hard to pick out because like they're not citrusy, so it's just kind of like a earthy kind of floral thing. It smells really good. Let's see how it compares with the specs. Aroma, hop character moderate to assertive and often showcases citrusy, fruity, or resiny New World varieties, although other varieties such as floral, earthy, or spicy English varieties or a blend of varieties may be used. All right, so there you go. And it's interesting they say hop character moderate to assertive. All right, so I'd put it on the moderate end. Rich maltiness with a character that may be sweet, caramelly, bready, or fairly neutral. Yeah, I would say caramel, bread, sweet, all that. Low to moderately strong fruity esters and alcohol aromatics. All right, exactly what I said. Moderately strong? Yeah, I would say moderately strong. However, the intensity of aromatics often subsides with age. This thing's only 6 months old, so it's fairly fresh for a barley wine. Hops tend to be nearly equal to malt in the aroma, with alcohol and esters far behind. I wouldn't entirely agree with that. In this beer, hops equal to the malt? No, malt's much stronger here. I'm going to say 9. Maybe we'll come back to that. Appearance, well, classic barley wine. I'd say it's 17 to 22 SRM, nice, 2-3 finger head. Well, maybe not there, but it's, kind of a tan froth on there. And the sun's going down, so I can't really see it, but yeah, it's a little cloudy, but it's a good looking beer. Check specs on appearance. Color may range from light amber to medium copper, may rarely be as dark as light brown. Often has ruby highlights, true. Moderately low to large off-white to light tan head, true. May have low head retention. I think this one's going to stick. Maybe cloudy with chill haze at cooler temperatures, but generally clears to good to brilliant clarity as it warms, so I guess we'll see on that. The color may appear to have grape depth as if viewed through a thick glass lens. High alcohol and viscosity may be visible in legs when beer is swirled in a glass. That's the clear alcohol fluid, but we'll see that when we get down to it. Yeah, so, I mean, I think this might be a little too dark for American barley wine style, but it's a good-looking beer, so I can't see any reason not to give it the full 3 out of 3. All right, so let's dig in here. Cheers. This one just, like, really hit my palate with, like, a lot of flavor there. I mean, I said I wasn't really smelling the hops as much, but I'm definitely tasting them. So, same thing with the nose, just huge fruit, huge malt. So it's like fruity and malty, definitely some kind of confectionery sweetness in there. Your caramel, your toffee, your big bready note, just a lot of everything. Yeah, so very, very sweet beer. And the hops are much stronger. tasting than they are smelling. So I'm getting this just kind of a earthy kind of hop flavor. Just kind of a dry kind of bitterness to like counter that super rich malty base on there. The alcohol, what was it? I think it's 10.2. Yep, 10.2. Pretty hefty beer. I'm not tasting the alcohol other than just like a subtle kind of vanilla thing. But I do taste it like when it goes down. Then you get like that just kind of raw alcohol. But it's not like a nasty kind of phenolic thing or solventy or anything like that. It does kind of clear my sinuses out as I exhale. So yeah, very complex palate. Lots of malts. Plenty of hops in there. A little bit of alcohol. Nothing off about it. No oxidation or anything like that. Pretty smooth beer. So it's definitely more hoppy tasting than it was smelling. It's sweet, but it's getting close to being cloying, but it's sweet enough. And I have a sweet tooth, so this doesn't bother me, but if you're averse to sweetness, this might be a little too intense for you, but for me, it's like right at like the perfect level of sweetness. But like I said, there's plenty of hops to balance it out here. So let's check the specs on flavor. Strong, rich malt flavor with a noticeable hop flavor and bitterness on the balance. True, moderately low to moderately high malty sweetness on the palate, although the finish may be somewhat sweet to quite dry depending on aging. Yeah, the aftertaste here is it's more sweet than dry. I wouldn't call it like sticky sweet though. Hop bitterness may range from moderately strong to aggressive. I'd say moderately strong. Yeah, okay, moderately strong. Okay, yeah, I agree with that. While strongly malty, the balance should always seem bitter. I'm not sure I would go that far, but I'd say it's about even. Moderate to high hop flavor, any variety. Yeah, okay. Low to moderate fruity esters. Yeah, definitely getting a lot of fruit on here. Plum, fig, apple. No spot alcohol presence, but well integrated. True. Flavors will smooth out and decline over time, but any oxidized character should be muted and generally be masked by the hop character. It's like what I was saying. May have some bready or caramelly malt flavors, but those should not be high. Roasted or burnt malt flavors are inappropriate. I'm not getting anything roasty or burnt or toast or anything like that. Caramel, yeah, caramel and all that stuff is in there. I'm going to say 17. Maybe we'll come back. Mouthfeel. So, a very, very comfortable beer, very easy drinkability. The alcohol is there. It's a little warm, but it's not a challenge to drink at all. It's, this should be like a sipping beer, and I can actually drink it. I can drink it in more than sips, but I'll drink it in sips to appreciate it. All right, let's check the specs on mouthfeel. Full-bodied and chewy with a velvety, luscious texture, although the body may decline with long conditioning. Alcohol warmth should be noticeable, but smooth. True. Should not be syrupy and under-attenuated. It's syrupy in texture, but not in like that it's like sticky, syrupy, sweet. Carbonation may be low to moderate depending on age and conditioning. Like I said, I think it's at least a medium on carbonation. So, yeah, to me, it's like the mouthfeel is there. It's not exactly what it says here, but I think it's really solid. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 on mouthfeel. Overall impression, I think I'm going to go 9 out of 10, maybe even an 8. All right, it's a total score of 42 out of 58. Okay, I'll agree with that. Like, that's sort of on the low end of a 9. But, I mean, it tastes really good, and it's really well balanced, and for such a big beer, it's quite drinkable. So, yeah, total score of 42 out of 50 for Bell's Third Coast Old Ale. I don't know why they call it Old Ale. It's excellent. So if you really like barley wines, check this one out. It's probably pretty readily available. All right, I'm going very long. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.